Before World of Warcraft, before online gaming became mainstream, there was one Final Fantasy that brought thousands together in a single world. This is the story of Final Fantasy XI, the first online Final Fantasy. Act 1. The World of Vana'diel. The story unfolds in Vana'diel, a vast land filled with kingdoms, guilds, and ancient threats. Players create their own heroes, choosing from races like the tall Elvan, the small Tarutaru, the beastly Galka, and more. Unlike past games, here you are the hero. You choose a job class: warrior, black mage, white mage, thief, monk, red mage, each with iconic abilities. Warriors wield Provoke to protect allies, black mages rain destruction with Firaga and Blizzaga, white mages heal with Cure and Holy. The gameplay shines with its party system. 6 adventurers joining forces, chaining skills into skill chains, and unleashing devastating magic bursts. Act 2. The Crystal War. At the heart of Vana'diel's story lies the battle against the Beastmen tribes and the shadowy force known as the Shadow Lord. Early missions take adventurers across deserts, snowy plains, and haunted ruins, tackling notorious monsters like the terrifying HNM bosses, High Notorious Monsters, creatures so strong they required massive alliances to defeat. Summoners could call upon avatars, the series' classic summons: Ifrit, Shiva, Ramu, Leviathan, Titan, Garuda. Later expansions even introduced legendary ones like Fenrir and Alexander, each with cinematic attacks. Act 3. Rise of the Expansions. Final Fantasy XV kept growing, and each expansion added new lands and stories. Rise of the Zilart introduced the ancient sky gods and epic raids against bosses like Kirin. Chains of Promathia was darker, focusing on destiny and sacrifice, with challenging story missions that pushed players to their limits. Treasures of Art Urgen added the bustling empire and new jobs like Blue Mage with monster abilities, Corsair with luck-based roles, and Puppet Master with customizable automatons. Wings of the Goddess sent players back in time to witness the Crystal War, a massive world event. Later expansions like Seekers of Adolin expanded the frontier even further. Each brought new raids, jobs, and epic cinematic battles that made the online world feel alive. Act 4. The Community Experience. More than any Final Fantasy before it, FFXI was about community. Camping rare bosses for hours, strategizing over limit break quests, and celebrating victories as entire servers came together. Even simple victories, getting your first Chocobo, unlocking advanced jobs like Paladin, Dark Knight or Dragoon, or finally defeating the Shadow Lord, felt legendary because you achieved them with friends. Act 5. The Legacy. Though it launched in 2002, Final Fantasy XIII lived for decades, becoming one of the longest-running MMOs of all time. With its mix of classic Final Fantasy summons, jobs, and online teamwork, it paved the way for Final Fantasy XIV. But it still holds a special place for those who lived the adventures of Vana'diel. Closing line. For viewers. Final Fantasy XI wasn't just a game. It was a world, a community, and an adventure that millions shared together. With its jobs, summons, raids, and unforgettable expansions, it proved that Final Fantasy could evolve, not just telling a story, but letting players create their own. Pre, eto pang 10-minute storytelling, perfect for long form. Gusto mo ba, next diretso na tayo sa Final Fantasy XII para tuloy-tuloy numbering natin? Or gusto mong gumawa ako ng short spin-off mula sa FFXI, like top 5 legendary bosses in FFXI? You said, Final Fantasy XII ChatGPT said, solid pre-FF23 time na. Eto yung game na parang Star Wars meets Final Fantasy, political intrigue, sky pirates, empires, at yung pinaka-unique gameplay, gambit system at license board. Gagawin ko ulit cinematic 10-minute storytelling, kasama lahat ng iconic gameplay elements, espers, at syempre yung legendary cast. Final Fantasy XIII, full storytelling script, 10 minutes. Intro. Hook. In a world torn apart by war, a young orphan dreams of freedom, a princess seeks to reclaim her throne, and sky pirates soar the skies in search of glory. This is the story of Final Fantasy XII. Act 1. The fall of Dalmasca. The tale begins in the kingdom of Dalmasca, caught between two mighty empires, Arcadia and Rosaria. When Arcadia invades, King Raminus is betrayed and slain, Princess Ashe is believed dead, and the nation falls under occupation. Enter Van, a street orphan who dreams of becoming a sky pirate. Alongside his friend Penello, he survives the harsh rule while longing for freedom. Gameplay introduces the license board, where players unlock abilities, spells, and weapon mastery, and the gambit system, letting players program their party's AI to fight automatically with customized strategies. Act 2. Sky Pirates and Rebels. Van's life changes when he meets Balthier, a suave sky pirate, and his partner Fran, a mysterious Viera warrior. Together they uncover a plot involving magical relics known as nethicite, crystals with the power to destroy entire armies. Soon they cross paths with the hidden Princess Ashe, who survived her kingdom's fall and is determined to reclaim her throne. The party expands to 6 iconic characters: Van, agile fighter with fast combos; Penello, healer and dancer, supporting allies; Balthier, gunslinger sky pirate; Fran, bow-wielding Viera with ancient wisdom; Bash, disgraced knight seeking redemption; Ashe, princess and leader, wielding swords and white magic. Act 3. Espers and the power of nethicite. The heroes learn that the Arcadian Empire is using manufactured nethicite, artificial stones of terrifying power. These crystals can nullify magic and obliterate armies, shifting the balance of power in Ivalice. Gameplay lets players summon Espers, Final Fantasy XIV's version of summons, like Belias the Gigas, Mateus the Corrupt, Zelera the Death Seraph, and Ultima the High Seraph. Each Esper is tied to the story and requires epic battles to obtain. The Gambit system shines in these fights, allowing players to autocast healing, exploit elemental weaknesses, or unleash devastating combos. Act 4. Political intrigue and betrayal. Unlike many Final Fantasy games, Dwaydafi dives deep into politics. Power struggles within Arcadia reveal ambitious leaders like Vayne Solidor, a ruthless prince who seeks to control nethicite and dominate all of Ivalice. The group uncovers ancient truths, that the gods known as the Acuria manipulate history by granting nethicite to chosen rulers. Ashe faces a choice: accept divine power for vengeance or carve her own path. Her refusal defines one of the game's core themes, rejecting manipulation and choosing free will. Act 5. The final confrontation. The journey builds to the floating fortress of Bahamut, where Vayne reveals his ultimate form, empowered by nethicite and the Acuria's will. The final battle is massive, a clash of espers, limit break-style quickenings, and the full strength of the party. Van's speed, Bash's heavy strikes, Ashe's holy magic, and Balthier's precise shots combine to defeat the Empire's tyrant. In the aftermath, Dalmasca is free. Ashe becomes queen, sworn to lead with justice. Balthier and Fran vanish into legend, while Van and Penello continue dreaming of the skies. Epilogue. A new dawn for Ivalice. Final Fantasy XIV closes not with gods or fate, but with people shaping their own world. Its story of war, freedom, and rebellion, paired with innovative gameplay like the Gambit system and Espers, made it one of the most unique entries in the franchise. Closing line, for viewers. Final Fantasy XIV showed us a different kind of fantasy, one of empires, sky pirates, and free will. With its open world, deep combat systems, and unforgettable characters, it remains a daring chapter in the saga of Final Fantasy.